Alright guys, so somehow I lost the recording for the whole beginning of this video. But either way, I'll make do with what I have. So, a couple weeks ago, I ended up having an issue with the Silverado having a issue where I'm driving it, all of a sudden the fan kicks on to high, on the gauge cluster, the engine temp would just drop all the way to zero, not to max, like it was overheating, but it would drop to zero, and not 100% sure what was going on. To be honest with you, I still am not 100% sure what was going on. Sorry, I have something on my phone. But yeah, so in this video, I'm going to be kind of going over what I did to solve this issue. Not going to spoil it too much, but I ended up buying two parts at, what is it, AutoZone. I think I say how much it cost, but going off the top of my head, I think it was like, I think I paid $60 maybe, $70 to buy a thermostat and a engine coolant temperature sensor. Super easy, did this in my driveway, and yeah, just used a couple tools and super simple. So let me go ahead, get you guys to the video, show you guys how I fixed it, and yeah. Alright, yeah, so there's the thermostat housing. So I gotta take off the intake here, and then should just be able to easily get to it. I imagine I can get this done in 30-40 minutes. But in order to take this off, I had to take off these pressure, I don't even know. These hoses here, it's just to help with the PVC system, the pressure ventilation, or crank, is it pressure? Crank pressure ventilation? Pretty much the motor creates a bunch of pressure and it's got to get rid of it somehow, so it sends it through the top of the heads, through the hoses into the intake to put it back into the manifold, just to help relieve some of that pressure. But on my Camaro, I have the LS6 style, so it's just a simple hose that goes from the throttle body to the head. But on these, there's a hose on both sides. Oh god, I already took them off. But yeah, now I just gotta take this guy off and then get the camera set up, and I'll just time lapse doing the thermostat. But yeah, anyways. Alright, so the easiest part. So 19 millimeter, I don't know why it says zoomed out. Alright, 19 millimeter over the top of the sensor here. I have a bin. I don't know if you can see it down there, but when you take it out like I did, it's going to squirt a little bit of coolant out. That's okay. This is supposed to be a closed system. So you open it up. There's coolant at the top of the radiator, which means this isn't the highest point. So this is topped off all the way. So when you open it up, it's gonna launch out. I just tightened it back down a little bit because now I got my thermostat, which I'm really hoping is that one. I'm trying to do this one-handed. It's terrible. So super simple. Oh, nice. I was gonna put some of this, I can't remember what this is called. PTF tape, plumbing tape on here, but it looks like it already came with some. So cool, but it costs $10. So yeah, I'm all about doing your own things, working on your own vehicle, and this is definitely one of those ones I would recommend people doing. This is the easiest one that you can do. One of the easiest ones you can do. Unscrew it, put the new one in, tighten it up, you're good to go. So I'll put you guys back on the time lapse. I don't know from the angle I have if it's great, but I mean, that's why I started to explain it for you guys, just so that way I wasn't leaving you hanging. But
can see through all the bullshit
Alright, so this one, as simple as the temperature gauge. This one has 3 bolts, 10 millimeters. Before you do it, you can take the hose off if you want to, before or after, doesn't matter. But I took the hoses off first. I took this one off, got a zip tie that I threw away earlier. But I just zip tied it, you guys saw in the time lapse, to the front cowl here. Just hooked it up here, had 3 zip ties holding this guy up. This one doesn't have too much fluid in it, so I just let it drain out. I don't care. And then, yeah, took it out. It looks fine. I don't know if there was an issue with this, but it's $60 at AutoZone, so it was like, might as well replace it. But yeah, once you take this out, don't let anything fall inside of there, because if you do, now you have contaminants in your coolant, and you might get a clog somewhere, or depending on what gets in there, it might tear up your hoses and your engine go boom. But yeah, put everything on, tighten it down by hand, and then I gotta go get a torque wrench to torque them to spec. I'll put on the screen here somewhere what that is, but yeah, put the hoses back on and put this back on. Don't forget to put your ventilation tubes back on, passenger and driver side, and then you're done. Top it off on coolant, and yeah, I think in total this took me, to do both of these without putting this back on, obviously, I think it took me 10-15 minutes, and I haven't done the coolant yet. So in total, you can do this in your driveway without a jack, without a lift, without anything, in 30 minutes with a 19mm deep socket, a 10mm socket, and channel locks. That's all I used. Well, I had this just in case I needed it. Anyway, I had this to take off the parts of the throttle body, but yeah, other than that, it's that simple. So yeah, I'll do that and then show you guys it all done. Okay, so replaced it. For my particular issue, the fan cut on really high, so I was replacing mine to get the fan cut off. However, my gauge is still not reading just yet, probably because the car isn't warmed up. It's in Celsius. I think 75 degrees Celsius is like 150 or something like that. 160.
I feel like you should do your math before you say that in the video.
Well, it's like 2 point something Celsius is what, or 1 Celsius is 2 point something Fahrenheit.
Okay.
Okay, anyways, so the fan is still on, so we're gonna take it for a drive real quick, Steve. Just driving it. I put coolant in it. Hopefully that gets everything happy again, but we'll see.
Well, it's really zoomed in on you.
Alright guys, so it's been probably 2 or 3 weeks. I don't know why it took me so long to get this last bit out, but yeah, so I replaced the thermostat, replaced the engine temp or engine coolant temp sensor, and as you guys saw, the fan's still cut on. It still wasn't reading the temp. We took it on a drive. I thought maybe it would reset itself. I'm kind of a dummy. Took it over to my dad's house, and we were just talking. He was like, "Did you disconnect the battery?" No. God dang it. we disconnected the battery, reconnected it, and wow, it started working. So again, don't use this as a how-to guide because nothing I do is confirmed to work or not. I kind of just do my thing, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, then well, that sucks. So yeah. Either way, ended up replacing the thermostat, ended up replacing the engine coolant temp sensor, and unplugged the battery, plugged it back in, and it worked. So if you guys have an issue with it, you could try doing the battery first. If the battery thing doesn't fix it, then do the coolant and the engine temp sensor, redo the battery. Hopefully it works for you guys, but either way, that's how I solved my problem. That's the end of this video. Appreciate you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys later. Bye.